What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Drill Dozer. I'm Nicholas from Plugged Into Gaming, and yeah, welcome to this thing. This is Drill Dozer for the Game Boy Advance. Now, this is kind of an off-the-wall game, but I'll explain it more as we go on. But first, let's start off with a new game. Yeah, here's the opening cutscene. Looks like we're here. The red diamond those evil Skullkers stole from us has to be in this hideout. They're probably waiting for you, so watch yourself in there. Guillermo and I will be supporting you from back here at the trailer. Call us with your Drill Dozer's comm system if you get into trouble. Heh, don't sweat it, Grutch. She can take care of herself. And down she goes. Are you okay, boss? You must have sprung a Skullker trap and fallen into a pit. Is your Drill Dozer still in one piece? Boss? Can you hear me, boss? You're still inside your Drill Dozer, aren't you? What? You're not? We've got to get you back to your Dozer. You can still hear me, right? That means it has to be close by. Hop back into it. Alright. It takes a lot more than a nasty fall to take a Drill Dozer out of commission. Just listen to that engine purr. I built it myself. I tightened every screw and greased every gear. It won't let you down. But you're gonna have to find a way back to the surface. I could fix you back up at the trailer. Just do whatever it takes to get out of there. You're tough, boss. Show 'em what you got. Your Drill Dozer is still working, so you should be able to get out of there. Why don't you snoop around a little? Alright, and we're now in the game. So, what's up, guys? Drill Dozer. So, this is an interesting game. If you noticed, I have played a little bit with the other save file. I played this whole tutorial segment, and I just was doing a little bit of snooping around on how this game actually plays. As I said, this game is for the Game Boy Advance, but in order to capture it, I'm playing it on my Game Boy player for the GameCube. So you're seeing it in full screen, what I am seeing on the GameCube. I'm playing it with a GameCube controller. So yeah, everything is pretty legit. So press R or L to spin your drill. So I have it set so that way it mimics the Game Boy Advance controls. Press and hold R or L to rev up your drill and max out your power gauge. So press R and we're good. You can even drill stuff above and below you. Now get out of there and try it. Sounds good. Alright, so we're supposed to drill through these walls here. Nothing too complicated. Well, boss, seeing there a little dizzy, I don't know what it said. You skipped too fast. You're probably still a little woozy from that fall. You'll be alright. Your Drill Dozer can shred through those old walls like wet paper. Go wild and drill through this wall in front of you. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, so this entire game is about drilling. So, I know that's a little bit of a weird concept, but the reason I'm playing this game is actually because this is kind of a more unique game. Game came out in 2006 for the Game Boy Advance, and 2006 is kind of a weird year for Game Boy Advance because the DS was already out at that point. DS was out at about 2005. Let's hold on. Boss, you're inside the Skullker hideout. Keep busting through their base, but watch out for traps. Alright? So, DS was out in 2005, so the... Attention Skullkers. Business minions must always put on a fake smile. Thug minions are required to frown and look intimidating at all times. Cool. I'm not gonna read all of those. So the Game Boy Advance was on its way out. So the developer Game Freak, who makes Pokemon, actually made this game, and it's a weird title actually, because it's a 2D platformer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So it's a 2D platformer made by the people who make Pokemon. So it's very unique, and I don't hear very many people talking about this game at all. So I decided to try it out once I heard about it. I barely heard about this game. So I finally decided to get it and try it out, and it seems pretty cool. Here we go. Hey Jill, let me tell you real quick about that self-repairing barrier up ahead. The Skullkers keep their hideout heavily guarded. Self-repairing barriers? What are you babbling about? I'm saying this thing can repair itself even when it's being drilled. You're gonna have to upgrade your drill dozer's gears to drill through it. Luckily for you, there's a gearbox nearby. Look around for a bright red box. Alright. Now, a cool thing about this game is it's a cartridge on the Game Boy Advance. So, the cartridge actually has a rumble pack built in. So, not only did it have Game Boy Advance rumble pack, which is kind of unique, but it also works on the Game Boy player with the GameCube. So now we see we got a second gear, which is a pretty big mechanic of this game, obviously. The entire game is drilling. There's not really too much else. I'm just going to skip through the dialogue a little bit. So shifting up to another gear adds a lot of power to your drill. So yeah, this is a big part of the game. So there are 3 different gears, and you could shift gears to have a more high-powered drill. So when your drill's spinning, press R at the right time to shift. And it's not complicated at all. It's just holding down a button and hitting it at the right time, which is good. I really do like the concept. So they do a lot with it, and you'll see later on. They do a lot of different cool mechanics with this game. You'll have to hold R after shifting up to keep your drill spinning at max power. Go on, give it a try. And press it again. And then that's it. And you can let it go to quickly stop the drill. Learning to shift up is important. It's easily your most powerful weapon. Don't worry if you're not going great at it right now. You'll get better as you go along. Cool. And if you forget how to do anything, press select. And then press the A button to read the help file. I don't think I've ever actually been in the pause menu. Oh, okay. Cool. So this is our equipment, I guess. Help. Let's see what goes in here. Oh, okay. So it has all these tips. Oh my god. I don't think we've even learned how to do half of those things yet. So here we go, and we destroy the door. Cool. Now, there is a lot of dialogue. I don't know why there's so much. I guess it's just because it's the tutorial level. I don't know. I haven't played past the tutorial level, but there's a lot of, like, blurbs from these other characters. Nice work. You drilled right through that barrier. Your new gear will have you destroying stuff even faster than usual. You should keep your drill spinning even when you're moving around. That way you can protect yourself from incoming bullets. Alright, here we go. And through the door. Now this is actually a pretty long tutorial level. It took me, I think, about 20 minutes to go through the initial time, and it's probably going to take me a little longer because I'm doing commentary and I'm trying to stop and recognize everything here. So this is just an announcement. A young girl with a drill dozer has broken into our hideout. Don't let her anywhere near the factory on the surface. Alright, so this first episode might be a little bit on the boring side. It's just really going to be the tutorial. Once we get into the actual game, we'll kind of relax a little bit more. Oh, I don't want that to happen. So you see the top bar, the bar at the top, rather, is the health bar, I think. There's not really too many enemies in this first part of the game, so it's not really too difficult to get through it. It shouldn't be either. It's the tutorial level. Also, you saw that red box. I still don't know what those are for. We'll figure it out together. I kind of just wanted to get a feel of the game before I played it. And you see all these enemies that you could pretty much just easily drill through. That's it's kind of an easy game in the sense that, like, the entire game is built on just one mechanic, but it's a good mechanic. So that's why the game is really good in my mind. So we get all these points. They don't even really keep a counter of all those points. I don't know what those are. So I guess we'll find out. Go through the wall here. Oh my god. Oh! Alright, let's go through this door. And this game actually looks and sounds pretty good. For a game that was released on a handheld, honestly, you could find things on like the Wii eShop that are on par with this game. They look just as good, which is saying something because this game is really well done. The music is pretty good too. I can't really hear the music right now, but from what I remember of the music from this tutorial level, it is pretty good. And usually that's the deal with Nintendo games. Usually they have pretty good music, so that's not uncommon. Wall hit. Oh, okay. Stairs. So this is supposed to be some sort of secret underground facility for the Skullkers, or the bad guys in this situation. We're playing as Jill. There are all kinds of crazy lifts in this factory. You see above one, it's called a socket lift. You have to just drill the floor. Alright, so we're playing as Jill, and I think we're the leader of our clan. I don't really know what it's called. Oh, man, it's gone. Wait, go! Okay. So, yeah, this is a pretty cool game. There's not really much else to say if I don't really know too much about it. But it's a pretty cool game, and I can't wait to experience the rest of it with you guys, because this should be interesting. Alright, here we go. Go through. As I said, these enemies are pretty easy. There's nothing really difficult about any of them. So we're just gonna quickly run through it. Oh no! Ooh, that was close. Okay. So it seems to this first tutorial level seems to have a lot of those boxes, the red boxes, so I guess we'll find out what they are later, or what they're really used for. So, you'll notice that the game does get kind of repetitive at some point. You can understand that this game is going to be like that. It's just going to get repetitive. So what this is saying is you need a third gear to block it off. And honestly, once you get the third gear, the game becomes almost ridiculously easy, because you could just drill through everything, and it doesn't. It's actually kind of fun, but the actual challenge of the game comes in the platforming more than the actual drilling. So it doesn't look like we can progress here, because there are some blocks over there that I can't reach. So let's keep going. Let's move on. Let's go somewhere else. That's what I do like about these levels. It's a little bit more diverse than just a 2D platforming level. It's not just A to B. It's kind of more like an open environment, which is not Metroid style, but definitely not just the 2D Super Mario Brothers levels. So that's cool. And I have seen enough of the game from like reviews and stuff to understand the full game, so that's good. So if you're looking to pick up this game, actually this game I got it for about $16 to $18 in that range. And it's actually a pretty good game. It's a cool game for the collection, and as I said, there aren't that many people who know about this game at all. So this would be a cool one to add to the collection, especially because it has the Rumble Pack built into it. It's just a very cool looking cartridge. When I got it, and when I actually got it in the mail and I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is a very unique cartridge, because I've had the Game Boy Advance ever since I was really little, and I don't really own any of the cartridges that are like really different or unique. Like I know WarioWare Twisted, that has a motion sensor in it. That's the entire game. Oh, here we go. Here's the third gear. So WarioWare Twisted, it has like its own separate built-in like motion sensor. But other than that, I don't really know too many cartridges that are very out of the norm. Whoa, you just found a third gear. You gotta try that thing out. Hold down R when you hit the highest gear to keep the drill spinning. At 3rd gear, you'll be boring through blocks like butter. Bust down everything in sight and show them you mean business. Alright, so basically, what I was saying before, the 3rd gear is pretty much like the mother load. Here we go. We're on 3rd gear now. And what I do like is it makes like a higher pitch sound. Like, everything is just well put together in this game. I wish they would make a sequel, but I don't really know how well this game sold. So maybe, I mean, it would be cool to have this on Virtual Console or something, but I haven't heard anything about this game. As I said, if you've heard of this game, you're pretty much in your own separate, like, world, because I have never heard of this before a couple weeks ago. Keep your drill spinning to deflect incoming fire. Just don't drill into missiles or bombs, or you'll be sorry. Yeah, okay. Shift up to 3, and keep going. If you guys actually want to know where I heard about it, IGN did this article. I don't know how long ago. It had to be a couple months ago at least. It was the top 125 Nintendo games of all time, just for the 125th anniversary of Nintendo's being a company. And so I was reading the entire article just to see like what games I didn't own or which games I didn't even know about, and this is one of the ones that came up, and I'm surprised even IGN covered it, because IGN usually covers like the mainstream stuff, which is not bad, but it's just they don't usually cover ridiculous, like, obscure games like this one. And so I picked this one up, and I was like, wait, what is this? So I had to look it up. I had to figure out what it even was, and that's how I found out about it. So if you're looking for some new game, scouring around the internet is usually the best way to find out about the games that no one knows about. I know there were a couple of other ones on the list that I didn't own, but I knew about, like Elite Beat Agents for DS was on there. I'm just trying to plow through this floor here. Oh my god. There's probably nothing in here, but shifting up to 3 and holding it that way. That's a thing. Shifting up until gear 3 and holding it there is not exactly the easiest thing, because you have to keep drilling into things. As you saw before, I was doing it before where I was just drilling constantly, but I was moving. I was constantly going through blocks. If you like stop drilling through things, or you don't shift up, then the motion will stop. You've probably noticed this is actually a kind of long game. There aren't actually each level is not only, you know, like a 2-minute thing. It's a full-blown level, which I do like. The long levels kind of remind me of like Mega Man, how they have like the pretty long levels. Unless you're really good at it. If you're really good at Mega Man, you could probably bust through the levels really, really fast. But I didn't grow up with Mega Man, so only recently I got into those games. I do like them, and I'm actually interested in Mighty Number 9, which is coming out pretty soon. It's coming out in September, but I'm really looking forward to that game too. And that game, that's one of those games that's only going to have only a couple levels, but they're long ones. From what I saw at E3 or whatever. And while we're speaking about Nintendo and all these different games, I should point out to send my condolences to the family and to friends of Satoru Iwata, who just died from a bile duct growth. I think that was what the statement said from Nintendo. It's a really sad thing, and Satoru Iwata was a master at games. He programmed games in his earlier days at Nintendo, but you'd see his name at the end of almost every modern Nintendo game up to now. Executive producer Satoru Iwata. It was just a thing that was always there, and it was always nice to see. You know, Nintendo was really taking really good care of their games, and he was one of the main inspirations for a lot of really great games, classics that Nintendo has created. But yeah, unfortunately he passed at only 55, which is really young, and it's really upsetting. But let's just continue with the game, and I'll talk a little bit more about that after. Look out, there's a tank up ahead. Try drilling into the hole on its nose. Oh, okay. So this is, I guess, our first boss fight. It's nothing too difficult. You really just have to shift up and make sure you get through it. So back to the Satoru Iwata thing. So as I said, you can see his name on the executive producer in the credits of every game. I even counted once how many modern games I owned that his name was in. It was a lot. It was like all the big ones, obviously. Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Brothers. He was in all of those. So yeah, unfortunately, it's sad to any Nintendo fan, but you know, life happens, shit happens. It sucks. Here we go. Don't forget that you can drill the other direction, boss. Press the opposite button to rotate your drill the other way. The opposite of R is L, and the opposite of L is R. Sometimes tutorial levels do things that, like, it's almost ridiculous what they have to tell you, and they did make fun of that just now about having to explain the difference between right and left. But sometimes, like, I've played some games where they literally said use the analog stick to move, and I understand sometimes sometimes people aren't like 100% game friendly, but you can figure out that the one trigger to move is the move button. Alright, so time to move the other way. Unfortunately, I know all the tricks to this level because I've played it before. I hope the music isn't getting too repetitive. I know I've been playing this for a little bit now. I think I'm playing for about 20 minutes now. As I said, it's going to be about 20 minutes by the time I get to the end. Here we go. You made it back. Right on. I'll come pick you up. Alright. Oh, whoops. Alright, here we go. That's the stage clear. A lot of good sprite work in this game, too. They did a really good job with, like, really making detailed sprites. Area cleared. Okay, cool. So that was the training area. Or the tutorial. And cool. Nice animations too. Alright, so let's just finish with this cutscene. So the way they explain, in every level I'm guessing you have to get the second and third gear, because those just fall out and you can't use them anymore. Whoa, whoa, that was loud. Whoa, your drill dozer really took a beating. Your drill dozer's gears won't last forever, you know. They get worn away over time from hard use. Don't sweat it though, I'll patch her up as best as I can. Alright, cool. Alright, I guess the drill dozer's patched up just from a fade to black. You're all fixed up. The only thing is you're back down to only just one gear. Other than that, your drill dozer should be just like new, cutie. Guillermo, you can't disrespect your boss like that. You know those Skullker thugs roughed up her dad, Doug. Her dad, Doug, whoops. So Jill is taking over as the boss of the Red Dozers while he's recovering. She's the boss now, you can't call her cutie. Alright, it's just a nickname, sheesh. You managed to escape from that trap, but this time, we're taking the red diamond they stole from us. So kind of interesting dialogue between the characters. This is something you don't usually get in a 2D platformer from Nintendo. So yes, we definitely want to save. And I believe this is going to mark the end of this episode. This episode's kind of run a little bit on the long side, but that was just because of all the intro stuff. So this is actually just the main screen of the game before we close out. So the map, you see, we have all the different areas we can go to. It's not really, the arrow isn't shifting too much, but you'll see Area 1 Skullker Factory, so that's where we just were, I think. And the Red Dozer's training course is, I think, where we need to head next, if I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? No, forget it. I can't obviously see visual cues. Area 1 Skullker Factory is where we have to go next. And the training course is actually something different, which I think we will tackle in a future episode because it has some advanced stuff. I was playing around with that too. So in the next episode, we'll do the first area, Skullker Factory. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one. I'm Nick from Plugged Into Gaming. Make sure to subscribe for more videos in this series. I will definitely be continuing with this game. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.